Shalom, shalom. Hope you're all doing very well. I want to quickly touch upon a subject that I've spoken about before, but I think it always needs some reinforcement. And this is the concept of connecting the heart to the soul. This is a concept that is spoken about all over the Torah. It's in the Shema, we say, and we shall love God with all your heart and with all your soul. And this is very, very touched upon in the book of Tanya, which is the Hasidic, beautiful masterpiece put together by the Alter Rebbe, the first Rebbe of Chabad, which explains to a person deep Hasidic concepts and a guideline and instruction in order to connect to God on a very real level, and to connect your mind, your soul, and your mind, which is the resting place of your soul, to your heart, so that you shall also be able to feel it in your very being, a awe, love, fear of the Creator. So the main point of this is that we have a heart and we have a soul. We have an animal soul and a godly soul. The main dwelling of our animal soul is in our heart. All of our lusts, all of our desires, all of our anger, all of our negative character traits emanate from the heart, and from there they go to the mind, where a person will start to think about it. So meaning a person gets a negative impulse. They get an inclination to do something which is a sin, whatever it may be, to insult someone, to get angry, to judge someone, speak lashon hara, whatever it may be, chas v'shalom. Person gets a desire in their heart, and then it goes up to the mind, and the mind starts to think about it, and starts to wonder, how do I do this? Should I do this? How do I do this sin? But on the flip side, the main dwelling place of the soul is in the mind. That's where the soul gets manifested, through thought, through the brain, the mind. And from there it goes down into all of the body, including the heart, where there's even a part of the soul which is also in the heart. So the heart has both the animal soul and the godly soul in it. And the main place, usually for a person who hasn't refined himself, the main emanation from the heart will be the animal soul. But we know that the main place of the godly soul is in the mind, and there's also an area that's directly connected to it on the right side of our heart, which doesn't have blood, and this says Ki lev chacham hu yamini. That's a verse which alludes to this in Psalms, which says a wise man's heart is on the right, and that's the part of the heart which is connected to the soul. So what does this all mean? I've explained some concepts, and I give you a map of how it works in the body, but how does this apply in our lives? This applies in that rather than letting our heart direct us and letting our desires direct us and then thinking always about how we feel and kind of being in the passenger seat to our emotions, rather let's flip it around and do it the way Hashem wants it to do it, that our neshama will be ruling over the body, meaning our neshama will be ruling over us through our mind. And then it will also go down to the heart, which has a compatibility with it. And then we could actually start to feel good about it and feel excited to serve Hashem and feel a love and a fear. By meditating on Hashem, we'll get to a place where it gives birth to love and fear of Hashem. And these are the two main emotions that give us, which are a vehicle to serve Hashem greater. And this also, of course, we have to have simcha, which is above it all, happiness, and be glad and to serve Hashem. And then when this happens, it goes down to the heart, and we could flip over the animal soul into holiness. The animal soul becomes a vehicle. So we're approaching Rosh Hashanah, which is tomorrow night, and tomorrow evening at the sunset, before sunset a little bit. We'd like to bring in Shabbos, also Shabbos and Rosh Hashanah tomorrow. We'd like to bring them in a bit so early, and with that, what's the point of Rosh Hashanah is we're crowning Hashem as King. So we first have to recognize in our mind that Hashem is King. Hashem created us. We did not create ourselves. Hashem didn't just create us, but rather He's always recreating us at every moment. And when we meditate on this and we recognize that He's our King and we give Him the kingship He deserves, it will go down to our heart and we'll feel an awe an awe of Him as well, a love, an awe, a recognition of His sovereignty. We'll fear Him, we'll want to do His will, and we will crown Him. And this is what the Alter Rebbe tries to teach us, is to bring it into the heart. This is also what tefillin represents. When you have tefillin, you're binding yourself with Bible verses upon your heart and upon your mind. And with this, you connect the two. You connect the heart and soul. Because the soul, yes, the soul comes from a very high place. It comes from Hashem Himself. An unimaginably, unbelievably high place. However, when it comes down into the world and it connects to the heart as well, we are able to turn this physical into spiritual, and that is the ultimate desire of God. And that is, we will reach a level which was the whole desire for Hashem's creation of the world. So happy New Year, Shana Tova Umesuka. We are having Rosh Hashanah on Shabbos, meaning the first day of the year will be on Shabbos. So hopefully, with Hashem's help, we will have a year of Shabbos. The day which will Kulo Shabbos, will be a reality of Shabbos, which is when Mashiach comes, it will be a everlasting Shabbos. God bless you. Happy New Year. Shana Tova U'Metuka.